by Donut Country and McDonald's on 1019, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com, and BigGTV.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by Craig's Tax Service, specializing in personal and business tax preparation, financials, and bookkeeping services. Find out more at craigstaxservice.com. Danny Brewer here, extremely pleased to be across the table from Mr. Floyd Walker, head football coach at Eagleville High School. Coach Walker, how are you this morning?
Hey, man, I'm surviving, man. I'm surviving. Appreciate you guys having us on.
Well, no, always happy to have you, Floyd. I mean, because, you know, man, you're an icon of the Tennessee football world. I mean,
let's not even go there down that road, bro.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about last night.
Yeah.
Tough loss on the road. You were at Richland.
Right.
Where is Richland? Tell folks that don't know where
it's in Giles County. It's the same place as Pulaski, Tennessee. Just if you're going down 65, you get off on the exit, and it's a couple of miles off the interstate. But ran into Richland last night. I thought they were prepared. I thought Coach Patterson had his team excited to play, and you know, on the flip side of things, I don't think I had our group ready to play or nor excited about play.
So region game. Richland is a region game, right?
Yeah, it was a region, and now it drops us to 1-1 in the region. So I don't know where it puts us in the standings and everything, but still got a long road to go. Still got a lot of region games left to play, and still got a lot of football to play.
So you have been pretty good offensively coming into last night. Last night didn't necessarily get. So let's talk a little bit about what has happened offensively for you guys. One of the things that's made, I think one of the things we want to talk about is the Smyrna Ready Mix solid performer, Jonathan Jordan. 11 carries, 118 yards. So, I mean, obviously that kid is flat getting after.
Jonathan's had a super year so far. I think that puts him somewhere around 600, maybe close to 700 yards rushing. And we've ran the ball extremely well all year, and we did some good things last night. We just keep shooting ourselves in the foot, and we can't finish drives, whether it be a blown assignment, whether it be a penalty. We had the ball down in the red zone several times. Just came away with no points, and that's unfortunate because that's kind of been the MO this year, that where we have drives but we don't sustain them and we don't finish. So we got to get back into finishing things.
So, Coach, when you talk about shooting yourself in the foot, I know that's one of the things that can be frustrating because there are certain things that you feel like are correctable mistakes, and certain things that are not correctable mistakes. You know, when you get a bad bounce, whatever, a kid makes a big play, whatever. But the correctable mistakes where you don't make stupid penalties as far as mental mistakes, is that what you want to concentrate on?
That's what we want to concentrate on. I mean, there's going to be holding, okay, and every now and then there's going to be a block in the back because kids are giving effort, and I'm good with that. But self-inflicted wounds, things that you can control, or what we call controllables. I mean, we've got to clean some of that stuff up, and I believe our kids will.
Okay, Coach, let's talk a little bit about defense.
Right.
Now we gave up a few more points than 1 or 2 last night, but you have been pretty good on defense, too.
We've been extremely, pleased with the way we played defensively. Things didn't go our way. I mean, we could not. When you play football, there's two things that we like to hang our hat on. We like to hang our hat on stopping the run, and we like to hang our hat on running the football. And we didn't get either of those accomplished last night. But again, there's some things that weren't characteristic of us defensively last night, and there's some things that weren't characteristic of us offensively. So we gotta go back. We gotta not necessarily go change anything. We just got to get locked in mentally.
So, Coach, let's talk about the trip to Richland. I mean, a true road game because, I mean, you're, hour and a half trip?
Something in that neighborhood, yeah.
Because, a lot of the schools that play in the 6A district, they don't really have, I mean, they have road games, but it's like 15 minutes down the road.
Oh, yeah. It's like
the challenge of preparing for something like that.
I mean, but the thing about it is we do that on a regular basis. And when you're at a small rural school playing single A football, sometimes your closest opponents are going to be somewhere between 45 to an hour and a half away. And our kids have made bus trips before. I don't think the bus trip had anything to do with it. I think you just tip your cap to a well-coached, well-prepared Richland football team that was excited about playing on their homecoming, and they just outplayed us.
So, Coach, let's talk a little bit about, you mentioned rural school. I know that there are some newer programs at Eagleville. There's a soccer program now and all that stuff.
Just started soccer.
Is that stuff good overall for football and everything? Because when you grow the your sports sphere, so to speak, is that good for you guys, you think?
Yeah, anything that you do that provides kids an opportunity to participate or to belong to something is good, not only for school football, but it's also good for the kids because it gives them an opportunity to get out there, make a name for themselves, do some things that maybe might be out of their comfort zone, and gives them an opportunity to build different relationships. So I firmly believe that athletics helps all kids, so whether it's football, soccer, basketball, baseball. If a kid's involved in athletics, it can only enhance his future.
So, Coach,
or her future,
his or her, right? And that's a good thing. I mean, because Eagleville, the community has grown and it's still growing, and I mean the growth of the area. A good help for the program too, you feel like?
It is. I mean, our numbers for a 1A school are probably well above the norm. I mean, we're somewhere around 53, 55 kids, somewhere in that neighborhood. And the typical single A school that we play against is somewhere around, 35 or 40. But it's growing, and it's growing not only from a student population, but it's growing as far as sports goes. With take soccer for instance. I think we had a big turnout for middle school girls soccer this fall. And I see the middle school boys soccer team out conditioning right now, and they seem to have an extremely large number of kids. So it's growing as far as all facets of our place goes.
So, Coach, let's talk a little bit about what's coming up this week. I want to obviously, being that you're a thoroughbred, right, I like to talk about thoroughbred racing when we speak. So
good transition.
Yeah. Right. So the ACAC today at Churchill Downs, 1 turn mile race. It's a big race on the calendar because a lot of these horses will go on to the Breeders' Cup if they win. Most Wanted. He's the morning line favorite, 6-5. When you talk about coming home this week, you play at home right. This week. You host Moore County, another big region game.
Right.
What is Most Wanted for Floyd Walker and the Eagleville Eagles when you think about coming home this coming Friday?
The most thing about it is we just got to take care of Eagle. We just got to go back and get back to being Eagleville. We can't worry about what Moore County does or what they're going to do. We got to make sure we're locked in, and we just take, as you would put it, we just got to take care of home. That's what we got to do. And if we can take care of home, we'll have a good night on Friday night.
Not only at single A, but I think at all levels of high school football, oftentimes is it more about winning the game and not losing the game, because you talked about the mental mistakes and all that kind of stuff, and you just want to make the other team beat you?
That's what you always want to do. You want to make sure that you don't help them. You don't want to help anybody. If you have an opportunity to put points on the board, then you got to put points in the board. You don't want to help somebody by not doing that, and we've done that, unfortunately, on a couple of occasions, and sometimes it went in our favor, sometimes it didn't, and it didn't go in our favor last night.
So, Coach, talk a little bit about some of the leadership, because obviously as a coach you put a lot of weight on your shoulders,
right? But
at the end of the day, the kids have to perform on the field. So talk about some of the leadership you've got on the field and some of your seniors and some of those kids.
I think we got a great group of seniors. Okay, I think they'll rally this group. I mean, there's people like Dylan Harrington, Mason Sear, Crimson Armstrong, Parker Futrell, and I know David Harrison, Jed Fan. There's several kids out there. You're always going to leave out some, so I just name a few of them, but they all know that the senior class is important to what we get done for the remainder of this season, and I think our seniors will be. I think they'll bounce back. History has proven that we'll always bounce back, so I believe that they'll do that this coming week.
So you mentioned early a lot of football play, and it's very, very true. So you still hold your own destiny.
We do.
Right in front of you.
Right. We do, and that's the whole thing about it is one game don't define you, okay? And all we need to do is make sure that we understand that, hey, this is what happened. This is what don't need to happen. Let's move forward from it, and let's bounce it back, and let's go on to the next game.
Well, my world history teacher back in high school, Mr. Al Wilkerson, super sharp guy, he said, history doesn't repeat itself. People repeat history. So you need to learn from it, right?
Yeah, you do. You really do, and that's the whole thing about it. You've got to remember what that feeling was like. You've got to remember the things that you did that didn't allow us to be successful. And you got to think about what you need to get done that's going to allow the whole group to be successful. And that's not only from, from a player standpoint, that's from a coaching standpoint, that's from every aspect of our program. So we'll get back to trying to get all those things cleaned up on Monday.
Well, I got a good feeling that it's a safe bet that Eagleville will be ready next Friday night when they host Moore County. So if you want to see some good football next Friday night, head out to Eagleville, see Moore County. WGNS Radio, I think we'll be there, Coach, if you let them. And
yeah, we're gonna have to discuss the radio showing up. I don't know if John Dinkins and Brian know how to find Eagleville.
well, we're gonna find that out, Coach. Hey, Floyd Walker, appreciate your time. Certainly wish you the best of luck.
Appreciate you, Danny.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by State Farm agents Andy Womack, Dana Womack, Celeste Middleton, Alex Williams, Ron Reeves, and Emerson Williams. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.